Hello, my name is William Benson. Thank you for having me here today. I'm an actor. I've been in the industry for well over 3 decades. Back in the days when Nollywood started, I functioned in all the terrains of entertainment, anyone you can think of, learning through the ropes and trying to understand purpose. And finally, I think I found my purpose. And the soap is being cut. And we're still cutting the soap. I studied the English language. I majored in literature from University of Lagos, and I am the executive director of Quebec 4 Productions, partnered with Katunga Media about 9 years ago, that formed the stage production company that you know today as the Duke of Shomolu Production with Joseph Edgar. I was the first director, playwright that he ever worked with. We grew the business from nothing to where it is today, and I had to give way for others to express themselves. The sky is too big, too massive, too wide for us to be competing. So I function also in the space of trying to re-engineer the mindset of actors and anyone who decide or feel like going into the business behind screen. How do we tell a story that reaches the global market? The way we also are here, we're functional, all of us. The 3 of us on stage right now, we can apply ourselves to each other's business and still function within the space. Why am I saying this? We need AI because that's where we're headed. Chef, people come to see a show. Food is available in the environment. You eat. There's collaboration at play. And why am I saying this? A lot of times in the Nigerian system, especially in my sector, the entertainment industry, we are always competing rather than collaborating. When you watch an American film, you see Miramax in collaboration with Roper, in conjunction with this film house, in connection with that film house. At the end of the day, you ask yourself, all these companies coming together to do just one film, what is the end goal? The end goal is to tell a wonderful story. And they know that one company cannot function and tell that story in the capacity that the story needs to be told, especially with the functioning of technology, costumes, lights, VFX, SFX, and all that. So where does this other company come to play when it comes to this collaboration? One company handles one part of the deal, another company handles another part of the deal, but it's one story they're telling. But in our system here, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, and nobody wants to be an entrepreneur. The sun shines wonderfully well. The moon also shines. The sun plays 12 hours of a day. The moon will also play 12 hours of a day. They are functioning at their different capacity. But if I tell Mr. Emmanuel, I say you are a sun, and I tell the other person you are the moon, the person will say never. I can never be the moon, I must be the sun. You can't always be the leader. Do you understand? You can't always be the leader. Sometimes when you find leaders, those who say they are leaders don't know how to lead. And those who say they are no leaders, they function within the space that has been created. You find out that they lead better than the leader that claims to be a leader. So in my industry, we want to tell stories, we want to tell beautiful stories, but we get carried away with this sole proprietorship kind of thing, that the moment my story is about to be told, I will kill every other person's story. I will destroy every other person's story. Lagos State government will say, okay, we want to give XYZ amount to your production company and all that, or to the entertainment industry. How do we utilize this? You see three people come together, one company come together to put their heads together to lock every other people out. So you have the gatekeepers, you have the watchers. The watchers watch those that will function, that will mess the whole thing up for them, especially when it comes to the fiduciary aspect, where they want to make money. Then the gatekeepers take instruction from the watchers. Oh, that person, no, it's not time yet. Lock that door. Lock that place. Lock that. But if you want to function in the global system, you must first put your heads together here and do well. Show yourselves as worthy storytellers, not the story of relationship that, or husband and wife always fighting, the story of boyfriend and girlfriend always fighting, like they don't have, in the whole of that day, they don't have business to do. We don't have, when we look at our stories, we don't have work registers for different aspects of characters we play. Doctors have work registers, computer AI geniuses have their work register, technology-wise. Chefs have their work registers. All this put together helps you to tell a story that when you are talking about the boardroom, it's not when they show a boardroom in our films and the next thing you hear is, oh, so that's what we're going to do. So Mr. Chidi, you take that file to Mr. What file? What are you going to do? We don't know. But when you're telling a story with the likes of To Kill a Monkey, this story was told how many years ago? 2023, 3 years ago, and it came out July 18th, 2025. And everybody thought it was done same year, 2025. And what was the strategy Kenya Litiba Visuals used? They held it back. And they started talking about it. Oh, Kemi's about to do a film. Kemi's about to do this. Oh, I'm waiting for it. First year, no show. Second year, no show. The third year, Kemi's about to come out. Boom. Everybody on the internet became analysts. Without spending money on publicity, without spending money on branding, all they did was throw it out there for them to play with. And everybody started selling the product. In the UK, we were number 1 on the top 10. In South Africa, we were number 3 or number 2. Top Jamaica, same thing. And you could look at it, everywhere it went, they embraced it. Why did they embrace it? Because it's a story that resonates with every individual. For you to be able to tell this worthy story that is globally connected, globally accepted, marketable globally, you must carry out your research. There's something I call RAP, RAPP. It works for me on every facet and on every level of where I function. As an actor, as a filmmaker, as a stage director, as a writer. It says RAP, RAPP, research. You research what you want to do. You research yourself. You research the market you want to go into. You research the language of the market. You research the history of the market. You research everything that has to do with the market. Then when you're done researching, you bring everything that you have researched and put on the table. It's time for analysis. You analyze them, break them down to the minutest point that you. We say, oh, we have this project 2026. Oh, the entertainment industry must bring XYZ GDP into the industry, into the government, and into this, into that. At the end of the day, it ends in front of the pressmen. Then when the government now decides to kick or push to make sure that project starts, it's the same industry people that will destroy it and kill it because they want to make money rather than creating a service that will bring money to the country, put money in everybody's pocket, and bring us all to the place where we want to be as individuals. And until we hit that mark, until we set the goals, until we know the industry we want to go into, we'll keep playing outside the game. Thank you.
Yes.
My defining moment. Let me give a short story. So I've been in the industry for a bit. I was more on the stage side of the entertainment industry, and I realized that I was very passionate with my work. The desire to step out fully was very strong in me. And there was a time I had chicken pox, and and it was my first time to ever perform at the National Theatre, Hall C. And my mom said, "You're not going." I said, "What?" She said, "You're not going. The way you are right now, you can't go like this." I said, "Okay, I've heard you." I went inside, I packed my costumes, I packed everything, and I tossed it from the balcony downstairs. So I went inside, I told her I want to go and ease myself downstairs. He said, "No, why can't I?" I said, "If I ease myself in this bathroom here, every one of you will catch it. So what you do for me is you go to the National Theatre and you will tell my director that I'm unable to show up because I have chicken pox." And she says, "Okay." So I went downstairs, carried my bag and ran. My mother came to the theatre, watched the show, enjoyed the show, and went to meet the director and said, "Sorry, my son couldn't make it." My son couldn't make it to the show. And I said, "Who's your son?" I said, "William Benson." He said, "William?" I said, "That's William." And my mom was like, "What?" So one thing that has been very strong with me, like I said, I'm big on energy, is consistency. Nothing stops me, nothing holds me down. All my life put together, I've only had malaria 5 times. And my defining moment or my defining point, I will tell everyone here, is God. I don't play with God's word, and I don't play with God. Words are powerful. When you speak words, they come to life. The bulb of idea you said you couldn't sleep throughout the night are words playing inside your head. It says, write the vision down. Make it plain. Make it plain means make it plain and simple, so that when you show it to the person you want to show it to, that's what happens. So there was this time at the National Theatre, I've put in the work, and there are several points, but the defining point will show God is the architect of them all. And I will do shows, I will work, put in everything, take money from my parents, go to work, come back. At the end of the day, when they pay you, you realize that you're the one paying them. Why? Because you put all the funds you use for the rehearsals and all that, and what they pay you amounts to nothing. Then I told myself, then when you're talking to them, they say, "Oh, don't worry, it's passion. You know, we have passion." I just told them one day, I said, never again. Never again. I see myself as an actor, just like a banker who goes to the bank, sits at the till to attend to people. And when you attend to people, attend to them with respect, with the fact that you have value, that they, at the end of the day, when they come into that bank to do transaction, they will always look for you amongst the plethora of bank workers. And I said, the people who started the banking industry also had passion to save people's money, but it became business for them, and they started making money from it. I said, from today, I'll start making money. Then I created a production company called Africin Production, and Africin ran through till I changed it from Africin to Quebec 4 Production. Then I had an encounter with one of the best director, and who defined our 80s, then Jimmy Odumosu, who was the former head of Lagos Television, this is the LTV. And I looked at him, I said, I keep hearing, you need a mentor, you need a mentor. I went to meet him and I said, "Sir, I would love you to mentor me." He looked at me, said, "Go, I'm not interested." And one person who spoke to my spirit was Uncle Lou Jacobs, because he was there when it happened. He called me and said, "William, I saw that." He said, "Don't let it get to you." I said, "Sir, nothing gets to me. When you tell me F off, I don't mind minding my language. That's when I'm fired up to push the limits. He said, William, whether you have a film or a play to do or not, make sure you are studying scripts. In and out, in and out, in and out. And he said, William, can I tell you your best director and your best mentor? I said, okay, sir, I would like to know. He said, your mirror. He said, stand in front of your mirror, get the lines, and begin to talk to yourself in the mirror. He said, that's your best director. You are seeing yourself in real time. And you're expressing everything you need to express in real time. Fast forward, 5 years after that, the same person who said he's not going to mentor me was looking for an actor to play a role. And one thing I've always succeeded in doing as an actor is something I pushed myself to do, is to play a role. If it's a series, even if they say they don't want me in the series, they can't find anybody that will fit into the role. I hang the boot so high that you can't touch it. It's deliberate and it's tactical and it's part of my strategy. And 5, 6 years later, I was looking for, and everybody he was asking, it's my name that is coming out from their mouth, William Benson, William Benson, William Benson. He finally called me and said, oh, William, I said, good evening, sir. He said, he was telling me good evening. I said, sir, I'm not sir, it's William. At the end of the day, he said, oh, so are you free tomorrow? Can you meet me at this studio in Oba? I said, yes. The call time for me to get there was 7:38. I got there at 6:30. I was there on time. I sat down. He saw me. He said nothing. 7:30, nothing. 8:30, nothing. 10, nothing. 12, nothing. 1:30 in the afternoon, that's when he called me. And me, I was waiting for him because I don't know how to keep quiet. I would respond. So he walked up to me. He said, oh, now you can come inside. I went inside, we sat down, and he looked at me. Do I know you? Have I seen you? I said, yes, we work together, tight rope. He said, oh, okay, yes. Okay, that's the script. I picked up the script. In less than 3 minutes, I've taken the line because when I was younger, I was a sponge. So I looked at this guy and I said, I'm ready. He said, have you seen the script before? I said, no, I just saw it now. He said, okay. By the time I finished, he said, where have you been all my life? And that's where my response was coming. I looked at him and I said, mentoring myself, like you said, I should go and mentor myself, sir. And that sank deep into him. Throughout the shoot, he told me, William, he pampered me, did everything, and at the end of the day, I was the first. Usually they will tell you it will take 1 or 2 weeks before you get your pay. I was paid on the same day I finished shoot, and others waited 2 weeks. Then, the defining moment, why I said is God. A lot of times, I talked about it a little bit, a lot of times, what we are all actually searching for is purpose. Purpose. Why are you on earth? What are you meant to do here on earth? It's not about trying to copy the other person, because when you try to copy the other person, because you don't know the process, you get frustrated, you get angry, you feel like somebody from your village is after you, you pick a lot of nonsense in your head and pull forward to say this is the reason why it's not working. Maybe the guy knows that I'm doing it, doing the same thing he's doing, so he's spoiling it with juju. There's no juju. So your purpose, the prayer that is as simple as our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. You are fulfilling everything in heaven here on earth, because this is where you spend your eternity. Here. The city of gold they talked about is here on earth. Go and read Revelation 21. Nobody is living in heaven. Heaven is Alausa. Nobody sleeps in Alausa. It's God's office. Here is where you're spending it. And whatever you do here is what you live by. If you don't push yourself to work hard and earn a living, nobody's going to give you. There's a level they will give you to. It will get to a point they feel like you're an anathema to them. They start avoiding you. When they see your call, they run away from it. So that was the defining moment for me when I understood God, I understood purpose. I met my pastor and he asked me, what do you do? I said, I'm a stage director. He said, no, film. I said, stage. He said, film. I said, stage. He said, film. He said, just accept. I said, okay, I'm a film director and a film actor. He said, okay. And all of a sudden, I realized that I've been playing around my purpose and I've been running away from it. All the years from the 90s, I will go into film. When they begin to talk, my pride sets in. I'll say, no, we stage actors. You people, you don't do anything? What? Oh, go and sit down. You rubbish your purpose and you are running after a purpose that seems like it's the same thing, but it's not working for you. But the moment I switched from stage to film, I started earning what I have never earned in my entire life put together prior that time. So sometimes you need to find your purpose. A lot of people find their purpose quickly, even when they're not even serving God, and they run with it. A lot of, because he's a chef. I don't say I'm a chef, I'm a cook. There's a difference between a chef and a cook. A lot of people don't know that. I cook a lot and I love cooking. There's nothing I can't cook, and I cook at the level of
the chefs
and hospitality. I'm not joking. I love it, but it's not my purpose. There was a time I decided that I want to run with this. I went to Lakija. I opened a restaurant there, and all of it, within the same week I opened it, I shut it down. Because you think it's your purpose. Say God's gift will make way for you, will make room for you. Yes, it will make room for you at a particular point in time, but it's not your purpose. When you understand your purpose, that is where your wealth is. And from that moment on, I started running with film, and all of a sudden, I landed the 260 episode Africa Magic Project. Everybody knew me then, but there was a timeline. The timeline of God, and within his timeline you have his timing. A lot of times we jump, and when we jump, things fail. We say, oh, God does not exist, so we blame it on that. We forget that we jumped the timeline. So the timeline was the preparation for me with Ajoche, with Unbroken, with all these other ones. But where God celebrated me was my defining moment, which was to kill a monkey. Because of that singular act I did when I went for evangelism and came back and went again, then he says, Neil, let me bless you. That was my defining moment, to the point that if you call me for a project and I say I can't do it, I don't feel any negative loss or say, oh, I've lost something. No. If it's God's purpose, I would have it. If it's not it, I leave it and focus on the one he's given to me and utilize it appropriately. So my defining moment is to kill a monkey.
Yeah, sure.